Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Top eBay Sports Card Sales of the Week, 80s and 90s edition.
We recap the previous week's top 5 sales from each sport. Unlike our weekly junk wax list,
This list has only one restriction on what can be included. Only one sale of each individual card can occupy a spot on this list, so we have no repeats. Let's get started.
Alright, starting off with football. In the number 5 position from 1982 Topps, we have Lawrence Taylor's rookie card graded in a PSA 10. This card sold for $15,200. This is a record for a PSA 10, with the previous high being $15,000 from last week, and there was actually 2 that sold this week for that price of $15,200. This card graded in a PSA 10 has a pop of 162. Moving on to the number 4 position from 1984 Topps USFL, we have Steve Young's rookie card graded in a PSA 10. This card sold for $15,500, and this is a record for a PSA 10 as the previous high was $10,800 from May of 2017. This card graded in a PSA 10 has a low pop of only 29. In the number 3 position from 1997 Metal Universe, we have the John Elway Precious Metal Gems Green, numbered at a 15 and graded a PSA 8. This card sold for $21,300. There's only one card graded a PSA 8, and there's only one other card actually graded with PSA, and that one is a 6. This is a record high for a PSA 8, as the previous sale was $14,100 for this exact same card in February of 2020. In the number 2 position from 1998 SP Authentic, we have Peyton Manning's rookie card, numbered at a 2000, and this card graded a BGS Pristine 10 and sold for $35,000. The subgrades of this card are all 10s with a 9.5 for edges. This card in a pristine 10 has a pop of only 28 with no higher graded black labels. And in the number 1 position from 1994 Bumblebee Seafoods, we have the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson Miami College football card. That's a perforated card graded in a PSA 10, which sold for $90,000. This card has a very low pop of only 30 in a PSA 10, and this more than doubled the previous high of $45,100 from the previous week. The total of the top 5 80s and 90s football cards this week was $177,000. This was down from last week's record total of over $300,000, but it is still one of the strongest totals that we've had since we've been keeping track. Moving on to hockey in the number 5 position. From 1986 Topps, we have Patrick Waugh's rookie card, graded in a PSA 10. This card sold for $6,995. This card has a pop of 9, graded in a 10, and the previous high was only $1,307 from September of 2019. In the number 4 position from 1986 O-Pee-Chee, we have the Patrick Waugh rookie card graded in a PSA 10. The O-Pee-Chee version sold for $11,401. This card in a 10 has a pop of 86. This is the second highest sale of a PSA 10, as the previous high was $11,995 from back in January of this year. And in the number 3 position from 1980 O-Pee-Chee, we have Ray Bourque's rookie card graded in a PSA 10. This card sold for $12,655. This is the second highest sale of a PSA 10, as the record from January 27th was $23,700. However, that card was rated by PWCC as having exceptional eye appeal, which is the top 15% for the grade. This card in a 10 has a low pop of only 31. In the number 2 position from 1985 O-Pee-Chee, we have Mario Lemieux's rookie card graded a BGS 9.5. This card sold for $20,600. The subgrades for this card are 10 for centering, 9.5 for corners and surface, and 9 for edges. This card in a 9.5 has a pop of only 73, and there are 13 higher graded pristine 10s. And in the number 1 position from 1980 O-Pee-Chee, we have Mark Messier's rookie card, graded in a PSA 10. This card sold for $25,506, and this is a record for a PSA 10, as the previous high from January 27th was $22,500. This card in a 10 has a low pop of only 40. The total of the top 5 80s and 90s hockey cards this week was $77,157. This is a very strong week for hockey, as that's the second highest total since we've been keeping track, and more than doubles last week's total of just under $30,000. Moving on to baseball, in the number 5 position, from 1987 O-Pee-Chee, we have Barry Bonds' rookie card, graded in a PSA 10. This card sold for $30,000. This is a record for a PSA 10, as a previous high from January was $18,823. There was actually another PSA 10 that sold this week as well for $23,350, so this card is definitely on the move. This card in a PSA 10 has a very low pop of only 36. In the number 4 position, from 1995 Signature Rookies, we have Derek Jeter Star Squad autographed and numbered out of 525, and it sold for $32,000. This card was a short print of only 10,000 as it was, however the autograph is numbered out of 525. This card was graded a PSA 10 and has a pop of only 1 out of 41 submitted. In the number 3 position, from 1993 Upper Deck SP, we have Derek Jeter's rookie card, graded in a PSA 9. This card sold for $38,000. This is a record for a 9, as the previous high was $35,000 from February 9th. This card graded in a 9 has a pop of 609, and there's 21 higher graded 10s. In the number 2 position, from 1996 Topps Chrome, we have the Derek Jeter Refractor, graded a PSA 10. This card sold for $47,500. This is a huge record for a PSA 10, as the previous high was only $8,500, but that was from back in May of last year. This card in a PSA 10 has a very low pop of only 9. And finishing off baseball in the number 1 position, from 1980 Topps, we have Ricky Henderson's rookie card, graded in a PSA 10. This card sold for a record $180,100. This more than triples the previous record for a PSA 10 from Heritage Auctions back in September of 2020. That sale was for $60,000. This card in a 10 has a very low pop of only 25. 80s and 90s baseball cards had a record week this week, with the total being $327,600. This is more than 3 times the previous high from a number of weeks ago, and a very strong week for the baseball cards carried by that amazing PSA 10 Ricky Henderson rookie card. Moving on to basketball, in the number 5 position, from 1984 Star, we have Michael Jordan's rookie card, graded at BGS 8.5. This card sold for $55,600. The subgrades for this card are 9.5 for surface, 8.5 for corners and edges, and 8 for centering. This card actually comes with 2 separate labels, as the previous owner of this card tried to resubmit for a higher grade, and as you can see, got exactly the same grade of an 8.5 but with different subgrades. The pop of this card in an 8.5 is 237, and there are 71 cards graded higher, with the highest being 3 9.5s. In the number 4 position, from 1981 Topps, we have Magic Johnson's second year card, graded in a PSA 10. This card sold for $59,999. This card has a low pop of only 34, however this is the super action card and not the regular base card from the set. And the previous high was only $3,300 from September of last year, so this seems like quite the jump. In the number 3 position, from 1996 Topps Chrome, we have Kobe Bryant's rookie card, graded a pristine BGS 10. This card sold for $67,000. This card's subgrades are all perfect except for a 9.5 for surface. This card in a pristine 10 has a pop of only 54, and there's actually one higher graded black label. And in the number 2 position, from 1980 Topps, we have the Larry Bird Magic Johnson rookie card with Julius Erving sandwiched in the middle. This card was graded at PSA 9 and is sold for a record $90,100. The previous high for a 9 was $75,000 from Heritage Auctions a few weeks ago that ended on February 4th. This card in a 9 has a pop of 612, and there are 24 higher graded 10s. And in the number 1 position, from 1986 Fleer, we have the Michael Jordan rookie card graded at BGS 9.5. This card sold for $95,100. The subgrades for this card were all 9.5s with a 9 for edges, and this card has a pop of 526 with 6 higher graded pristine 10s, but no black labels. The total of the top 5 80s and 90s basketball cards this week was $367,799. This is a strong total and is actually the third highest that we've had since we started keeping track. It's definitely lower than the one from a couple weeks ago of over $1 million. And moving on to our other sports category in the number 5 position, from 1997 Browns Boxing, we have the Floyd Mayweather Jr. rookie card in raw condition. And this card sold for $3,000. Looking at the pictures, this card seems to be in fairly good condition, so this seems like a half decent buy, as PSA 9s are selling for $7,000 now and 10s are upwards of $35,000. In the 4th position, from 1999 Sports Illustrated for Kids, we have Serena Williams graded in a PSA 8. This card sold for $3,750. This is a huge record for an 8, as a previous high from November of 2020 was only $500. This card has a pop of only 11, and there are 11 higher graded 9s and 8 higher graded 10s, and the 10s sell for over $10,000. In the number 3 position, from 1997 Grand Slam Masters Collection, we have the Tiger Woods Gold Foil graded in a BGS 9. This card sold for $9,100, and the subgrades were 9s for all except for 8.5 for edges. This card has a low pop of only 56, and there are 2 higher graded 9.5s. We're hoping Tiger Woods has a speedy recovery from the severe leg injuries that he sustained in that terrible crash that he had yesterday. And in the number 2 position, from 1999 Panini, we have Ronaldinho graded in a PSA 8, and this card sold for $19,000. This is a huge record for an 8, as the previous high was only $150 from November 2016. This card in an 8 has a pop of only 5, and there's only 3 cards higher graded with 2 9s and 1 10. And the top spot goes to Tiger Woods again. From 1996 Sports Illustrated for Kids, we have his rookie card graded in a BGS Pristine 10. This card sold for $40,000. The subgrades for this card are 10s with a 9.5 for surface. This card in a pristine condition has a pop of 12, and there are 2 higher graded black labels. The total of the top 5 80s and 90s other sports category this week was a record $74,850. And the grand total from all of the 80s and 90s sports cards this week was $1,024,406. This is a very strong total, and it's actually the third highest since we've been keeping track. Thanks for watching.
If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. In addition, hit that bell icon and get notifications so you don't miss out on any of our future great content.